show you first is the fitting of the 1200 keyboard. So now on the left hand side and the right hand side you can see these two mounts. Now these are 3D printed at the moment. They're being made in aluminium and they will be painted white to match the case. The idea of them is that you can easily slide in the keyboard. If I just grab one. So they have locators at the bottom of these shoulders. Either end on the Amiga there's a shoulder. Okay, and all that happens is you slide them in. Yeah, and they just click, literally. As I said, these holders at the moment are 3D printed. They're not quite right. The new metal ones will be much better. But then at the top, there's two screws, and you just screw them in and locate. So when you tip it upside down, there's no problem at all. Now, if you're going to have a 1200 version, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get one of these, which is called a key rail from individual computers. And what that does is, now this screw at the moment is slightly out. The actual final batch will be fine, but we got it slightly wrong. But anyway, it doesn't matter because there's only 5 of these ones that have been made, and you won't be getting one of them. So I screwed that in there. Get the other one. So as I said, there will be 3 screw fittings. Not that you need it, I've got to be honest, you don't really need 3. 2's more than enough. So that's now fixed in there, and you can see what it looks like on the back. Okay. So then we get the 1200 keyboard, and what you do then is you plug it into the appropriate one. So it's the bottom one. Now, the only thing I've not got here is the LED board. But I'll come back to that. So we slide it down the shoulders, either side, drop it into place. And then we get these 2 screws. And we just screw them in the top. And what they do is, they literally just clip onto the end. So it just kind of holds it in place and locates everything. And that, for the 1200, that's pretty much it. You'll notice a slight gap here. That's been corrected on the final version. It's coming down a millimetre, which will correct that. That's pretty much it. And then you just get yourself a USB cable, plugs into the back. So basically, you need one of these cables. Tip that up there, plug that into there. Okay, and then that end plugs into your PC. So that's a 1200. Now, it'll come with these tiny little screws which go in the fronts, which you've probably seen, but which are nicer. Almost disappeared, to be honest. They basically go into here. So if I try and do this while you're looking, so they screw in there and they almost disappear. Each keyboard case will come with these feet underneath. There's no flip up feet because the case is angled. Okay, so that's the 1200 case. Okay, so to connect the A500 to the keyboard, you can see obviously we have the 2 support brackets. Remember, these are the 3D printed, not the final aluminium versions. We have an Amiga 500 keyboard and the cable that comes from there. This is our little board here, this little cable that screws into the opening at the back with just a connector, and then we drop that into there. It locates at the bottom 2 corners. And then we get to these 2 little screws. I mean, they literally just pinch. They literally just pinch the keyboard in place. Nothing more serious than that. So that's them basically pinched into place. pick the keyboard up, hook that over. Okay. Okay, so here you have the keyboard screwed up. It's got the two little nylons, or 4 little nylon screws. We did try to think of a better way of doing it, but it can't be done in this only with injection molding. Okay, so yes, you've got an empty slot, and if you want to make a 3D print to blank that, you're welcome to. But we won't be doing that as part of it because it's unnecessary. And so here's the other part of the cable now. So we'll just plug this into the back. Okay, so as you can see, it goes into the back, and then obviously at the other end you have this, which plugs into here, which obviously goes in the case. I'm going to show you that separately, but that goes onto the motherboard. There's probably going to be a change to this with an LED cable coming off of it, but that I'll show you later on. But yeah, so that goes inside and plugs into the motherboard. And of course that plugs into the back. This cable's also going to be made a bit longer as well. But there you go, so that's the 500 keyboard. Hope you like that. You have to excuse the fact that I've got it all in bits. I'm doing some testing at the moment. But so the keyboard's plugged in for the cable, comes in, plugs into the motherboard, as you can see down here. I just wanted to do this so you can see the lights come on and it all working nicely. So let's turn the power on. You're not going to see any display. You'll see the green comes on. Yeah, green light comes on. And I'm going to now put this disc in, which has got a demo. You can hear the disc drive clicking. I've not actually got a hard drive connected at the moment. But I'll put this in and you'll see the yellow light appear. Okay. As it's reading the disc. It's quite a bit of reading actually, isn't it? You only needed to see it come on. Yeah, there you go, goes out. Alright, so yeah, that it's probably crashed as well because I'm running 3.1 on it. Anyway, so you can see everything works. It does actually work nice, and if I just do the control alt, you can't see me do this, I would take my word for it. It's all working nicely.